Grolsch glass. American Pilsner. I hope they'll go well together. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. It's not a cold Pilsner though, because it's been sitting in my room. I finally reneged this week and got the central heating working. Mainly due to priorities being the fermentation of the beer needs a steady and constant temperature. Just like serving beer. I don't know what the temperature in the room is now, but I did go from one extreme to the other with the two beers that were fermenting, the Pilsner kit and the Triple Tykes Bulldog. Funny if Gary you're watching this, mine too has stalled at 1020. Now the instructions do say it should be round about 108, 112 on the Triple Tykes. But if it stalls at say 1015 and it's played out and you take a gravity reading a few days later and still no change, then obviously it's finished. I did agitate it slightly because I overcooked it. I'd left my heater plate on, which over the course of a night tends to build up the temp, so it doesn't go over the top, with obviously a little bit of temperature fermentation heat being generated from that. It used to sit about 24 starting to go to 26. I'd unplug it. This is based on those LCD strip thermometers, which aren't the most accurate of things. And I forgot and left it an extra day on the plate because there's no temperature setting on those plates. They just reach a certain temperature based on the ambient room temperature, and that is it. There's no trip on them, and I came back and it got to 28. Pretty shortly after that, the yeast, although the fermentation had gone right down, you know, it sort of more or less played out, so I'm assuming I knocked the yeast out early with a little temperature increase, although that's within their range. But I'm erring on the side of I think the yeast had played out. I'd done the second hop, well not second hop, the hopping method where it's a hopped tea bag in a cup of boiling water for 10 minutes, or a mug in my case, and bung it in, just for Darren, which is the same as chuck it in down here. And what's this one? This is Target and Golding's finishing hops. You can buy these little bags off of eBay. This is the Bulldog branded one. They do various ones. I think they chuck them in different kits. But I was going to put some additional ones in, but seeing as it sort of played out quicker than I expected, and it's an unknown quantity as in what the taste's going to be like, chucking more in willy-nilly could push it over the edge, or could give it the edge it should have, but I ain't gonna know that until I bottle it. But yeah, it's pretty much played out. I've took another reading tonight. I done one Sunday, tonight's Tuesday, so 2 days later. Bang on, 1020. Was not, well, it's slightly lower, but only a smidge. So I mean, I'm not going to be able to bottle it till the weekend. So they say 10 days on their kit, at least 8 days fermenting. The Pilsner kit, which was squashed down from 20 litres or 23 litres down to 10, plus the grains, the DME and the sugar, that's come down to 1020. So I think again, you know, obviously the bigger the beer is, the higher the finishing gravity is going to be. It's not going to play out at 108 or something like that generally, unless you have a really intense yeast. So we've also got that to bottle. So joy, you know, I got like 60 bottles to hit in the same period of time. But fortunately, obviously, the one thing I'm not short of is freaking bottles. I've just gained another one now. This is the Victory Prima Pils from America. I don't know whether they divulge the hops. I think one of their bottles they do. It has lost some of its hop flavour, as you'd expect. This is quite hoppy for a Pilsner. It's not certainly like a European Pils. A little bit of haze to it. As you can see, it's still kept the head. Quite a bit of bitterness there, actually. But there is still some of the aroma and flavour. It's like a Pilsner version of an American Pale Ale, really. Different base malt and brewing style, but the hoppage is basically like an American Pale. Well, a little bit more bitter. But they actually, so, yes, lots of shit. I hope we've got enough cabs. Let's see if we're going to acquire some of them from work. Else I should be in a bit of a quandary. Although I have got several swing type bowls, but I will try, if these come out okay, I'll try and bang a couple out for beer males. I might do the 10 litre one in 330s because it's going to still whack out about 8.4 before the secondary fermentation in the bottle. So I was hoping it was going to be 9ish, so it's coming out at 8.46 I think. So yeah, time it's re-yeasted, or the yeast has been kicked back into action. It should be 8.5ish, a little bit above that. But I've been perusing the internet and I mentioned some brewing equipment a week or so ago. Another thing I was after, I think Mick, Flat Beer, bought a fruit press from Germany, one of the German tool sellers. And obviously July, August, September time, people's interest in making cider and wines and things, because obviously the fruit's then coming up to being harvested. They get a bit thin on the ground. Everyone seems to have been going into more, obviously, home brewing and making their own. I had people coming in going crazy buying bottles to make ciders, and never done it before in their lives. Haven't got a clue what they're doing. They've just bought a bottle of a little one of those Young's 50 gram general purpose yeasts, and off the, they're away. It seems to have been the in thing this year. Consequently, the price of used second-hand fruit presses this year, if you've watched the price, I tend to watch these things because I'm a sad bastard that wheels and deals, so I like to keep my finger on the pulse of anything and everything that was going to make money, or cost me money, or be a bargain. Anyway, I digress. They were friggin' expensive. They have now gone back down to a sensible, more Norfolk Hillbilly price. So I have located one in the UK which is a couple of quid dearer than one from Germany, but given that his feedback's not the greatest, I've plumped play safe. The moths just warmed up and started flying about. The joys of central heating. Bloody thing. So yeah, a fruit press will be in my future. The price difference between a 12 litre one is 72 quid and the 18 litre is 78 quid, so going all in, 78 quid it is. We're getting the 18 litre. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, as I say. Anyway, that's not the only thing that is on the brew horizon, but until I can confirm prices, delivery schedules and other things, there will be some brew pornage in future Homebrew Wednesdays. Stay tuned. Yeah, that's the. I should do the EastEnders. Doom, 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 doom. Don't watch it. Yeah, so that is it. Sorry, that was the big finale. Was, I got something in the pipeline. So I don't want to say any more in case I don't materialise. Well, I've had to weigh up the pros and cons of other equipment, better quality equipment, but a lot more money. So I might know by tomorrow. it's a good deal. From a retail price point, it's a very good deal. Cheers, see you next week.